Hey there, I'm Dave Nitzel, and thanks for your interest in AMP, Advanced Management Program. So what is AMP? AMP is a management program targeted at bar and restaurant managers. And why did we create it? Well, there's a lot of people out there, as you probably well know, that target their coaching and consulting efforts towards ownership. I'm one of them. We do that too. But what we realized is there's not a lot of people targeting bar and restaurant managers and trying to affect their lives and lift them up in the industry. So we thought, hey, it might be a good idea to put a program out there to work with bar and restaurant managers. I talk to a lot of owners and execs from time to time, and they'll say, hey, you know what, not for me, but do you have anything for managers? And we'd always say no. And then finally I said, well, we keep getting asked this question. How about we make that answer yes? So that's where we came up with the big idea of advanced management program for bar and restaurant managers. And we launched a beta test last year, and we've asked the managers that were in the program, what works, what do you like best? And we've crafted the program around their feedback, who by the way, have absolutely fallen in love with the program. We love coaching them. The quotes and testimonials we've gotten is just amazing. And we're thrilled. If I seem really enthusiastic, it's because I am. I'm thrilled to share with you today the construct of that program so you have a good feel for what we're coaching. Look, what we're not doing is we're not telling people who to put on a schedule or to rewrite the cocktail menu or to change food service providers. We're not doing that kind of work. I get the vibe that some owners are a little nervous, like, hey, I don't want someone else telling my managers what to do. I'll tell my managers what to do. That's not what we're doing. We're an extension of you, and we're coaching your management team so they can become stronger managers, which is what we hear a lot from owners. So it's mutually beneficial. We hear from owners, look, I need to reduce my turnover. I need stronger managers. I need people who think like me. I need talent. And talent doesn't stick around, and it's tough to be successful in a turnstile environment in our industry. So let's dig in. I'm going to take you through the construct of how we think about coaching this. Now, this isn't exclusive in terms of this isn't the only stuff we talk about, but it's a huge component of our program. Let me pick some cool Sharpie colors here for you. So where do we begin? The most popular content that we created was the content on time management. How do I make the most use of my time? I spend so much time at work and I don't get anything done. Then I get home and I'm spent and no one's happy with me. People aren't happy at home. People aren't happy at work. Nothing's going well. So we came up with some specific ways to handle time management as a bar and restaurant owner that's been massively successful. So we're thrilled about that part of our program. The second core tenet of our program is turnover. So Dave Domzalski is one of my business partners, and if you know the work we've done, we wrote The Bar Shift and we wrote Hospitality DNA. Have you got your copy? You can find it on Amazon.com if not. But we've written our books, and a huge part of our research points to turnover as the number one issue in our industry, as identified by bar and restaurant ownership. So how do we affect turnover in the business is another core tenet of the program. And then the third one, interestingly enough, turned out to be delegation. And this again is a bit of a people issue in that how do I get people to do some of the things that I'm doing so I can go do more managing? I'm doing a lot of task-driven labor and not a lot of managing and leadership. How do I get out of that cycle? So we coach managers on exactly how to do that, which is absolutely wonderful. So the next logical question you might be asking is, what color Sharpie are you going to use next? No, I'm kidding. How do you go about doing that? So here's a little bit about how I can't script out the whole program, of course, but I'm going to show you a little how we do that. As it relates to turnover, we talk about things like setting the proper motivations. How do we motivate people? How do we get people excited about delivering hospitality and executing on their responsibilities? And creating incentives. People work based on how we motivate them. So we want to create incentives around doing a good job. And we talk about how to do those things, and we're not talking about big financial payouts here. On the delegation side, it's as simple as we want to take and teach people what we want them to do and then train them on how to do it. And on the time side, we coach on both personal responsibility or personal time and professional time. Now here's what's cool. And this wasn't by wicked design. This just happened in the coaching, but this is what we discovered, or this is what people told us, is when they had more time, they were able to do better at work, invest in their people. Remember, people quit bosses, not jobs. So having more time and being happier and having good energy at work led to an improved workplace, obviously, which led to improved turnover. That turnover created continuity in the business. And when we have continuity in the business, meaning people stay, we're able to teach people how to do things, sort of legacy tasks. So the manager isn't the one and the only one who knows how to do all these things. There's lots of people that know how to do lots of things, which frees our managers up to manage. And then, interestingly enough, when that happens, it just generates more time. And we create this fantastic wheel of productivity. Now, within this, I should have written, what's the big idea here? The big idea here is that we want to create better managers. Now, some may say, oh, don't we want to create better leaders? Sure. Like, it's semantics to me. If you're a great manager, you're probably a pretty good leader as well. So happy with that. So this is a little getting into a little bit of the core. If you want some more detail, I hear you. I'll give it to you. But first, I got to pick another fun color. Let's see. Let's go light green, shall we? So on turnover, we have the motivations and incentives. A little more detail is we'll talk about how we think about hiring and making sure that we're hiring from a position of strength, which is good for everyone. There's nothing controversial about hiring from a position of strength, but there's a specific way that we do that. Talk about creating rewards around turnovers that motivates and incentivizes our best employees, and then also the dreaded consequences. We can't suffer fools in our business. And a lot of times we do because we're so afraid of turnover. So there has to be consequences. Talent wants to work with talent. Chaos wants to work with chaos. So we need to hire talented people, reward the right behaviors, and excuse people from the business that don't live up to the standard. On the delegation side, as we teach and train, we need to communicate well. What is it exactly that you want me to do? How do you want me to do it? We need to follow up. We need to follow up on the things that we expect people to do and then hold them accountable. Simple stuff. All management basics. Nothing revolutionary here, but things that require coaching and follow through from a leadership perspective. From a time perspective, we need to have discipline about our time. We have to schedule our time well. Did I spell that right? And we need to prioritize wisely. These are the things, again, that we talk about in the coaching program. Not exclusively. It's not the only thing we do, but this is a really good construct for how we approach our coaching program. In the end, the feedback from the managers is what matters. It's not that, hey, we trust me, this is great. This is what was taught back to us from our beta test, and we will send the testimonials. We'll send clips of the coaching if you want to see it. I'll even send you full sessions. There's nothing to hide here, and there's no real secret sauce. Most of this is 101 stuff that many people know, but we just don't reinforce it. And we don't give context around it, and we're here to do that. We're here to support you as a bar and restaurant owner, manager, operator in your efforts. So with that said, real quick, what's the offer? We have a handful of offers. This is our group coaching program for managers. We meet every 2 weeks. Part of what we believe in, part of our culture is not letting money get in the way of helping people. So we do this as inexpensively as possible. That's one of the reasons it's group coaching. So it's $50 a week. All you have to do is be willing to spend $50 a week on the people that are most important in your business and trust us that we're going to impact them in a positive way. There's no contract, by the way. So if we stink up the joint, you just stop sending them, stop paying them. No big deal. And if it's awesome, changes lives. If you want, we also have had people from the beta test, the entire organization hired us to do group coaching for all their managers. We offer private group coaching if you want that. And of course, we do one-on-one manager training and one-on-one executive/ownership training. All that's available to you. We'd love to work with you. We hope you find this helpful. If you want to learn more, if you're still skeptical, I'm easily searchable on Google. You can search me or Dave Domzalski. I'm Dave Nitzel. You can check us out at daveanddave.co, just CO. And you can also find our books. I'd like to do a little light reading. You can find our books on Amazon, which would be delightful as well. So, hope to hear from you. Thrilled that you're interested. And no matter what you decide, I wish you nothing but the very best in all your business endeavors. Take care, my friends.